Hello everyone. So, in my last video, I had spoken about the difference between amaranth and spinach, that they are both um, from the same family, but they come from two different genus. That the spinach comes from the Spinacia gene, and amaranth comes from the Amaranthacea gene. So, and I had harvested the the spinach that had grown, and I also highlighted the fact that I had planted them. I just scattered the seeds, and there were too many growing in the same pot, and thus you had the yellowing of the leaves and so on. I also mentioned in that video that I was going to keep these three, the one here, 1, 2, and 3 plants, and not harvest the leaves because I wanted to keep them for seeds. So let's see what happens, what has happened between that time and today. I think it's been more than a month. My mistake in this is I should have, I should have labeled or made a note of the timing. But it's been more than a month, maybe almost 2 months. So between that time, that video, and this one. So you can see now how tall these 3 plants have grown. Like this one is this tall, and then we have another one, and the one in the middle. So all of them have grown pretty tall. And another reason why I had wanted to keep these plants and not harvest them was mainly because I had wanted to see if they would actually produce, like a trellis from these seeds over here. You see, I have one seed in my hand. Can you see that? So, yeah, just to highlight that to you guys. Hi guys. Okay, I had to stop for a while because it had started to pour, and it got very dark, so I had to stop for a while. And now I'm going to try and cash in on the last remaining hour of the sun, because it's 6:08 right now in the evening, and it sort of sets around 6:50 sometimes at this time of the year. So 6:45, 6:50. So yeah, let's get back to where we were earlier. Yeah, about the trellis. Let me explain what I meant by the trellis in case some of you have not seen my first video. I was kind of wanting to see if this amaranth, this local amaranth that I am trying to grow here, would produce the kind of trellises that I saw on a video somewhere in the USA. I know it's kind of silly, but I just wanted to see whether that would happen. So that's not going to happen over here, okay? Because I can see that the seeds are already beginning to pop out and scatter. So I need to now keep these, sort of harvest the seeds before they go all over the place. Because as I showed you earlier, I could just touch them and something would come in my hands. And wait, I will try to get the camera closer so you can actually see the seeds on the flowers. The flowers have now kind of dried out, and you can see the seeds kind of right at the end. You can see like you can see little black spots, and those are the amaranth seeds. The video that I have seen, or a few videos actually that I've seen, were I think in a different part of the world. And there I had actually seen trellises that grew like from these flowers here. From these flowers, the trellis would like grow out in a long bunch of flowers. The bunch of flowers would grow out like a cat's tail, and there were different colors, and some of them were even being grown. Some of that particular type of amaranth was even being grown as to be used in floral decoration. So I thought, maybe that would happen here. So it's not going to happen. So I might as well just try to save the seeds so I can use it for my next sowing of seeds and so on. So let me show you the flowers and the seeds in close up now. Okay, can you see in between the shoots? You see flowers, and the flowers are already brown. The flowers were a bit yellow, sort of yellowish. And would you be able to see the seeds? Okay, like see one has come. Can you see the little? Can you see little black dots? Now those are the seeds. One just fell on my hand. 1, 2. Let me show you more. Like this one is more like over here. Can you see the seeds? They're all there. And all I have to do is shake the plant and they would scatter all over the place. So today I'm going to make sure that I put this whole plant and sort of wrap it a little bit, or maybe just take the leaves, because I know that when the plant starts to seed, the leaves don't taste as good. But I'm going to harvest the leaves anyway. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to cook it, and then I'm going to wrap the long plant without leaves in newspaper. I'll show you how I do that, and then the seeds will sort and shake them a little bit, and then the seeds will kind of fall. I'll show you how I do that. Yeah. So this is some paper, some clean paper that I have. I didn't use newspaper. I prefer to use this one. And now I'm going to cut the 3 plants that we left the last time, that I left the last time. So one, cut this one. Okay, that's one. Wow, it's the seeds are falling as I move them. So you know what, I'm going to make sure nothing falls. So I'm going to cut it in 2 like this and put it down here. And you can already see that there are seeds on the paper. Can you see that? Okay, now I'm going to just put it back and carefully. I don't know how many would have scattered onto the ground when I had left them for some time. So those would have just gone to waste. So this is another 2 and the last one. Okay. I'm going to cut it in the middle. And then I have, so all that is what I'm going to use to cook today. So these are the 3 plants that I had cut in 2. Okay, this is all how much I've gotten. All right, so I am going to cook these today, and I have to be very careful because I don't want the seeds to. No, I don't want to lose the seeds. So I don't know how much I've already lost by just like leaving them on the plant, and then it would have like popped and scattered all over. And because that area where my spinach was kept, it's where my car comes along, and it's basically my porch, which is cemented. Oh, sorry, it has tiles on it. So that means nothing can grow there. So it would have been just washed away into the drain or something like that. So I'm not very happy about that. Yeah. So these plants over here are what I referred to as babies. Rather silly, because I should have said seedlings, but these were like these little ones inside now. Can you see the little, I call them babies, but they're actually seedlings. So the little ones that have grown in between the bigger ones. So previously these were this size, and now because I had harvested the tall plants, these have grown to this length. But once again, they are not they could have they're not like, I have to work very hard at making sure that the leaves don't turn yellow. So I have to like water it twice a day, and I have to make sure I give it like my homemade fertilizer and so on, which is basically like banana peel liquid and so on, banana peel tea. And I had to do a lot of work in order to keep it looking like this. But despite that, you can see that they have also started to flower and have gone to seed. I'll show you a little closer. So these are the plants that I had referred to as babies in my previous video. They were actually seedlings, like this one, like these over here. They were little seedlings, like all these over here, these little ones over here. And because they had no sunlight, they were like that. So once I cut the previous batch that I cut, they have now grown nice and tall like this. So despite them looking nice and green and lush and so on, they have in fact gone to seed. They have bolted. They have, you see, they have produced flowers over here. Can you see? These are all flowers, and these are still yellow and not really. I can't see the seeds here, but some of them, I actually saw some seeds. Okay, over here. like this one. I don't know whether you can see over here. Those are seeds. Those are actually seeds over there about to, just fall off. And, basically that's what should not happen if I had given sufficient room for these plants to grow. So that's one thing that I have learned from this video. So as for these, I'm sure you can imagine what would happen if I took off the leaves and used them to cook, and then sort of rolled them, wrapped them in this paper, and gave them a good shake. Gave it a good, nice, vigorous shake. It would be a lot easier when the leaves are off, but maybe you can just have a look. Can you see that? Already there's so many seeds. Can you see? These are all biome seeds. So yeah. So thank you everyone for joining me in this video about growing amaranth, and also for walking with me through the mistakes that I made to see what what could happen if you grow amaranth too close together. That what happens is the leaves are not so healthy, and you have to take extra measures in order to keep them nice and healthy, and also that they start to bolt prematurely. So that's one of the things that I've learned making this video. While making this video, I'm learning as I make these videos. And in case you guys are wondering why I was making such a big deal about the seeds, well, these are organic seeds, and the seeds were produced by plants that were not sprayed on with any chemicals. So that means a lot to me. And if you like my videos and you would like to further join me in my in my exploration of gardening and also growing things that I would like to eat, that we could make into dishes, do join me, do subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. And here's Shakila Shanmugam signing off. Bye, guys.